to break the mold. The only reinvention is my own. So I sing a song for the hustlers, waiting at the bus stop. Single mothers waiting on a check to come young teachers, student doctors, sons on the front line, knowing they don't get to run. Let's go down to the underdog. Keep on keeping it what you love. You'll find that someday soon enough you will rise up, yeah. Riding in a taxi back to the kitchen, talking to the driver about his wife and his children, on a run from a country where they put you in prison for being a woman, speaking your mind. And she looked in his eyes in the mirror and he smiled. One conversation, a single moment, the things that change us if we notice when we look up sometimes. They said I would never make it, but I was built to break the mold. The only dream that I've been chasing is my own. So I sing a song for the hustlers, waiting at the bus stop. Single mothers waiting on a check to come, young teachers, student doctors, sons on the front line, knowing they don't get to run. Let's go down to the underdog. Keeping it what you love, you'll find that someday soon enough you will rise up, yeah.
So how you doing out there? Back in the day, impromptu little live stream. We're just doing a little test of something here this afternoon. See a few of you jump in on Facebook. We're going out on multiple platforms again. If you get any little feedback, that is John. That is all John. It's nothing even technical with what we're doing.
Well, I'm not technical.
Well, I didn't say that. It's just a dodgy mic lead. Or is that your legs?
I'm the dodgy one. And it's probably me making the noise, yeah.
So we're testing something here this afternoon. You might have seen a few live streams from us, and generally there's one of us on screen at once, which most of you are probably thinking that is enough. But today, double trouble. So we're not quite sure how this is going to work. Yeah, could be. So it's a little test. So this could go any way really. So John
this could be a car crash.
It could be car crash. It could be car crash. Or it could work. It could open up lots of opportunities to do something a little bit different. So we're going to sort of baby DJ a bit of both of us on screen. I don't think we'll try mixing across
I have
the
difficulty
internet.
on my own. I have difficulty on my own.
That might definitely go a bit strange. But we're going to sort of play a few tracks in. Each of us going to play a few tracks, and then we might sort of go solo screen as well. We're just going to see how it goes, really. So few of you are tuning in already. Get the shouts going in the chat room. We are, again, on multiple streams. We're on, of course, Facebook, facebook.com/R&B Back in the Day. We're on Mixcloud, mixcloud.com/live/R&B Back in the Day, twitch.tv/R&B Back in the Day, and YouTube as well, youtube.com/R&B Back in the Day. So we haven't really sort of planned this out. It's off the cuff. So I played a tune. I don't know, John. You ready?
You're going to play two tunes, mine.
I'm going to play two tunes.
No, I'm going to get myself ready.
All right. So you're going to get yourself ready. So I'm going to play one other one now. So am I playing one more or two more?
If you could play one more, and then I'll sort myself out, and then we'll go one for one or whatever you want to do it. I think
we'll do two for two because then we do mix, and then we can sort of I can test camera angles as well, and we'll see how it goes.
Thanks for letting me know.
Girl, I know this might seem strange, but let me know if I'm out of order or step into you this way. See, I've been watching you for a while, and I just gotta let you know that I'm really feeling your style. Plus I had to know your name and leave you with my number. And I hope that you would call me someday. If you want, you can give me yours too. And if you don't, well, I ain't mad at you. We can still be cool, 'cause I'm not trying to pressure you. Just can't stop thinking about you. You ain't even really gotta be my girlfriend. No, no. I just wanna know your name, and maybe sometime we can hook up. Hang out just yet. Damn, I'm surprised that you called. 'Cause the way you walked away, I thought I wasn't gonna see you no more. Since you didn't wanna give me your man, I thought that you were digging me and wasn't digging me. But anyway, what you doing tonight? I'll probably be with my peeps. If it's cool with you, maybe we'll swing by and you can just chill. Oh, you can just chill with me, long as you're comfortable and you feel secure when you're with me. 'Cause I'm not trying to pressure you, just can't stop thinking about you. You ain't even really gotta be my girlfriend. Oh yeah, I just wanna know your name, and maybe sometime we can baby, yeah. Maybe we can.
So a few shout outs to do already. Shout out to Maggie over there in Cheltenham, Double P. Good to see you tuned in again.
Whatever you wanna do, just
Motivation Roadshow is out on Twitch, joining us this afternoon.
Shout out to Double P, yeah. Nice, mate, thank you.
So if you wonder what we're quite doing here, is obviously you can see that we're in different locations. So I'm at in my record room. John's up in his loft.
I'm in prison.
You're in prison,
No,
are you?
no, no, no,
DJ Prison.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
we're streaming here from different locations and bringing it all together in one. Yeah, we didn't bring our hats. No Mad Hatter party.
I was gonna wear a hat. You may have noticed I've not done my hair today. Martin's not done his either, so I just
I know. I just got up and this is how it was this morning.
just stepped out of the salon, Martin.
Yeah. So we're going to do sort of we're just testing out a little format really, just to see how it works. I think if we were doing this in a proper stream, we'd probably do like we have done, an hour each, half hour each. But this gives us the opportunity to sort of both be on screen, have a little chat in between.
I'm getting nervous because it's working well your end, and I'm just about to press play on something, and I hope it's going to work.
Well, I'll fade my one down, and if you press play, let's see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, I can hear something.
Oh. Right, so this is where it goes a little bit Pete Tong, probably, knowing my luck, but Martin's got to be tinkering with some buttons the other end, as well as talking in between. I'm going to have a little look, see if I can get this chat up on my phone as well, see what's going on.
'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move on.
I get exotic with the melodic tune.
And if you're in the chat as well, just let us know what the audio is like between sort of Martin playing and myself playing, just so we can gauge it, get a bit of feedback, just so we can make it all nice and equal for the pair.
We can go all out. I ain't afraid of the sweat, but yeah,
bit different, isn't
got
it?
the techniques to freak a girl inside out. What's that all about? Can I have some of that? You gotta put me on. Word around town is your 9 men strong. I wanna be put on in the worst way. Since the first day, I think it was a Thursday. You be that brother that I wanna sink my teeth in. Make me wanna ask, where the hell you been? I like the way you be with all that personality, but I got flavor too. You need to get with me.
Double P, you could become
What you gonna be doing?
our unofficial moderator today. You know that, don't you?
I wanna be down with you.
I have to get you a t-shirt with moderator on it. The moderator.
Wanna be down, I wanna be down, oh, yeah.
years ago just to pimp those. Everyday new clothes, look at the cut coupons. On 3 got the heat, so bluff it. Slang it fancy because it's more than 20 ducats. Struck it, kinda rich, now his pockets looking straight. Slam the D's on the benzo, pancake by the gate. Mom's looking straight with her half, she got great. Lounging in her new home, that's about the state. I'll be your cornmeal, won't tell. You can get it when you want it, even though you got chicks all up on it. Don't matter, cause brother, you fly. I can't lie, I've been macking daddy from the corner of my eye. Now, baby, bring it on, don't be frontin' on your baby boo. All I wanna know is what's up with you. How can I get with you? Seems like you got a hold on me. It must be voodoo, cause baby, I want you.
Down with you. Oh, yeah. I wanna be down with you.
Right, so this is going to be interesting, right?
What? You're going to go in the mix?
No, I'm definitely not going to go in the mix. Because if you think about this now for a minute, just indulge us, please, ladies and gentlemen. I got a 2-channel mixer, of which technically I'm listening to you in 1 channel. So I'm going to be juggling off 1 channel. So I won't be
You
able
didn't
to
think
put
about
it
that, did you? You didn't plan that, did you?
Nah. I never plan anything, Mike. You know me.
I have, for those of us who can't see it, I have killed your deck camera stream. I don't know if we were
Okay.
too much trying to pull that as well, so I thought keep it simple.
Was that what was causing it to lag a little bit?
Yeah, I reckon so, because it's pulling too many streams. For those of you
I-
who don't want
I
to know
just-
about that, just tune off. We're just talking technical.
I think they just thought I was doing the robot or something. I don't know.
Yeah. We don't really need to see your deck skills anyway, do we, Joe?
do the robot all the time. Well, not if I'm just going to be on 1 deck now. If I do the robot all the time, that's just down to my bad back and old age.
Maybe if you've only got 1 deck, then we should go back to back. You play 1, I play 1.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try something. Let's try this. See, I can get there. I can get there.
You can get that.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I'm good. A little bit of Eric Roberson. I might even get a Blue Peter badge at the end of this.
Back in the day, before there was love, before there was us.
Did you just hear that? We got ka-ching on that back in the day.
To have me somebody who's really there.
Going corporate, going corporate.
Back in the day, I didn't know none. Before we was one, I learned on the run what it would take to keep our hearts happy. Straight to the end, can't let this chance pass me. Baby, we made mistakes, but I see just what it takes. The last thing I want us to make is steps that will take us far from our fate, girl. How can something so clear just push back something so near? Now I don't want to, because of your tears, your worries, your fears should all disappear, baby. There's no need to worry. Just that I am ready, even when I'm away. My heart's still right here. Whenever you call, girl, my heart reaches.
If we're going corporate, can we get some sponsorship, please? Coconut Smile.
I used to have a look to see if I had the Erica Badu, but because I just set up my new Mac, I haven't got it on there.
Do you know what? I don't think I have either, because I'm on my old Mac. I've got up my new Mac.
Johnny 2 Macs. Actually, I
can't control 2 turntables, let alone 2 Macs.
I got 2 Macs now as well, but only one of them works.
Return of the Mac.
We could play that.
Even when I know that I just have to go, I can't move to the door. I know it has to be love. You fell down from above as if you.
So are we going to do 2 on 2 or are we going to do 1 on 1? How do you want to play it?
2 on 2, I think.
Cool.
So I think that means it's my turn up next.
It is anyway, but yes.
Yeah.
Don't go into accounting, will you?
Did you have you caught any of the DJ Cassidy things which he's been doing with the pass the mic?
He does it a little bit better than what me and you are doing at the moment, doesn't he?
He does. He's probably got a bit more of a technical team behind him. Probably a bit better in the internet bandwidth.
Can I let you into a little secret?
Yeah.
Let me let you into a little secret. I got a technical team behind me. All right, mate.
Over
How you
here.
doing?
Over here.
Yeah.
Well, we watched. He's done DJ Cassidy. If you haven't heard him, check him out on YouTube. and he's done a thing called Pass the Mic, which basically he's just on volume 3, and it's DJ Cassidy DJ, and then he's passed the mic. He done a hip hop legends, and I watched one the other day. He done 90s R&B legends. So basically, what he does is him playing the music, and then he passes the mic to whoever the artist is, and does about let them sing the first verse or so, and then switches to another. So definitely.
Hang on a minute. We didn't get a call, did we? We didn't
I
get a
know,
call.
I
did
know,
we?
but
90s R&B legends. We didn't get a call. What's that all about, Cassidy?
But he did play a track, which I'm going to play next, which is why I was doing the link.
Is this an interesting time for me to fade my record out slowly now?
I think so. I think it could be. Otherwise, we're just going to clash. We could, at the end of this broadcast, we could try a mix from me to you. That could be interesting.
We also couldn't, maybe. I don't know. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Why not?
You've gone all foggy over here. It could just be your internet connection.
I'll tell you what I think that is. Yeah, I think I know what that is, and I'm going to sort that while you're playing this next track and into it, and introing it, I should say.
So yeah, DJ Cassidy, he played this in his Pass the Mic Volume 3, and I haven't heard this track for ages. I've got it on my Mac. I'm a big fan of them. They're not too well known. Group called En Touch. It's obviously got very foggy where John is at the moment. That's his
machine, right?
She's too high. Put on my best. Can't believe that she said yes. She's impressed. This could be the start of my happiness. She's so fly, intelligent, and she don't
He's
get
back.
it. Lord, you should see her
I think it might be better with the smoke actually.
It's like Halloween all over again.
I'm gonna try going to mix it, so don't put me off by talking in my ear.
Never do anything
I'm gonna try
like
mix
that
anyway.
at all.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I can mute you. I can turn you off as well.
Don't tell Connie that. She'll want that.
Yeah,
button
yeah,
permanently.
she'll want that beat, won't she?
She's in. Smells so good, it must be a sin. But then again, it's too late, 'cause I'm all in. I wonder if she would take me as a birthday gift. She can scratch and sniff, then love me down when she gets a whiff. What she don't know, I'll show her. Don't think she got much to learn. Oh, I don't wanna own her. Next page turn. She's too high. The girl is too high. Too high. She's too high. Too high.
I'll take the tune off I was going to play in a minute then, Mark.
I think that worked.
It was quite standard for you, you know. It's okay, it's great. Shout out to Tom L. Today locked in, Double P as well. Thank you guys.
Look at that. I even faded it when you were talking.
You can get yourself a job.
That was definitely interesting mixing because the amount of different things I can hear in my headphones then.
And I do apologise because you had a large crackle in the middle of that, and definitely my phone, which is feeding back as well. But it's okay. I'm just wondering, I'm up in the attic in case you're wondering, this is what this is all about. And it's pouring down, and if a lightning strike comes through the window, I'm definitely going to cop it, all right? But that's all right, it's all good.
Well, I thought that's maybe what was happening. I thought you had the window open and the clouds had come in.
I get some great ratings on YouTube, would I? Nice choice, that, Mark. One of our favourites, that, isn't it? Big back in the day anthem, that is, from intro.
That and Let Me Be the One. Let Me Be the One,
Yeah.
I think that's got to be my all-time favourite 90s tune. It just, to me, it just says everything about 90s R&B. You've got that hip-hop sort of influence to the sort of the music, the beat and everything. Then you've got a group doing harmonies. That's something we, myself and Julie were talking about yesterday evening, watching the DJ Cassidy thing. At the end, they brought in Boys to Men, and you had like all four of them, different voices, you know, each of them strong in their own right, and then you put them together, and you've got those harmonies. I think that's what I miss about. There seems to be a lot of solo artists about nowadays on the R&B scene, with very few sort of female groups or male groups, and that's what I miss. I think I just miss those, those harmonies, the different voices.
Don't miss the drama that goes with it, though, because that was a big thing with 90s R&B groups.
Again, they done it. They had like all of the different New Edition members, including Bobby Brown, who
there's about 17 of them when they're all together.
Yeah, well, I don't know. They sort of they done obviously BBD. They had Johnny Gill. They had Welsh Tresvant. They had Bobby Brown, but they had some of them obviously separately.
Too sure if it was 7 in total, was it? Like through all the reincarnations of New Edition, I think it was about 7 artists. I think.
Yeah. Let's just say Bobby didn't sound the best, and I'm going to leave it there.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Right, I'm going to get into a little bit of this. Of course, with it being back in the day, reflects a little bit of 80s as well as the 90s R&B. We do a little bit of rare groove. I might even drop 1 or 2 of them in over the course of the next half an hour or whatever we're doing. We do a little bit of hip-hop as well. Now, as we're trying all things computer, and I'm doing my best to break everything, I thought I'd stick this on. Take us back in time with Zap. Talking to breaking things, Martin, could you WhatsApp me the link to the chat again, please? Because mine's either lagging or I'm not picking up everything through looking at it on a different screen as well. Thank you.
You know I've been searching for someone who can share that special love with me. And your eyes have that glow. Could it be your face I've seen on my computer screen?
Send a big shout out to Gid this afternoon as well. Thank you for locking in, mate.
got sexy mamas to cool prima donnas. I wanna share your treasure, oh so rare. Cause it's your face I see on my computer screen. Won't you keep me warm tonight? Such a sweet delight.
I will cherish the memory of this night. Yes, I found my computer.
So big shout out to Kath. And it's John with you as well, Kath. Kath, I'm going to have to look for that tune there, aren't I?
Digital love, computer love, computer love, digital love, a beautiful love, beautiful love, digital love, digital love. It's just beautiful, digital, beautiful, beautiful love. Hey, my computer love.
So if you have just joined us, we're trying something a little bit different today. We're doing a little bit of chat and tunes. Martin's working very hard behind the scenes. I'm just stood here. Taking all the glory. That was taking a little trip back to the 80s. Roger Troutman, probably, would you say, Mark, probably the first to use kind of like an auto-tune, I'm kind of guessing? It's got to be Annie around that sort of,
he's
before
got to
it
be
went.
first. I mean, like Teddy Riley obviously got really big on it in the, sort of the New Jack Swing era, sort of the late mid 80s. And you had a whole host of artists, didn't you? Sort of at the mid 2000s, they were all auto-tuning.
It went,
but it was
the
a whole track there, wasn't it? It wasn't just a little bit. It was like the whole thing.
It's a bit crazy because it was, you even had artists that could sing using auto-tune as well to fit in. It was kind of like if you didn't have auto-tune in your song.
You had a lot who probably
couldn't sing. Yeah, that's right. It would be the kind of thing that I'd have to use, to be honest with you. Well, the acoustics in the shower are not quite the same.
Is it the equivalent of the sync button for DJing?
You could be right there, actually, in all fairness. Yeah. Right, talking of...
Ben Work, he's just tuned in on Twitch. Hi, Ben, how you doing? Hope you had a good week. I've been on holiday, so I had a good week.
So Ben's been doing all the work then, has he?
Wow, this is Ben, so probably not. Probably doing as little as possible.
Right, so we're doing 1 or 2 80s. We're doing some 90s. So we thought we'd take you back with this one. I'll send this one out to Kath as well, who's tuned in recently. This one's for you, Kath. Couldn't find the other one. Tut, story of my life.
Every time I close my eyes, I can clearly see the image of your smile shine through my darkest dreams. I never thought that I'd find myself this close to you, my dear. Tell me what it means. I can feel your sweet caress, wash away all the loneliness that I once felt inside my heart.
Say hi to Brett this afternoon as well, locked on. Nice one, Brett. Shout out all the Run crew. Shout out to Darren, to Sedge, Bad Boy Browner, if he's on there. Say hi to Gid again as well. Shout out to Clive.
Relationships like these don't last. Have some class. Girls nowadays are too easy, nimble. Penetration is simple, like popping a pimple. Pride has got my back. Temptation gets no slack, no hacks until you're right and exact. I'm not conceited. Let's get it corrected. I'm protected by a barrier that says don't marry her. Just the type of fellow.
No, I reckon, Martin, if you're of a certain age, then that tune could hold quite fond memories for you. What do you reckon?
I mean, like Mantronics, obviously, he came from like the hip hop era, so like, you know, ladies, bass line, needle to groove, all of that.
Yeah.
And he was probably one of I mean, that was the music I was into. I was into hip hop, into electro, and he was probably one of the first sort of producers who started producing sort of R&B or soul or whatever you wanted to call it back then.
Yeah.
And I carried on listening to that sort of stuff. So your Joyce Sims. I heard a track the other night I hadn't heard for ages, and I thought that's definitely. I remember I liked it back in the day. It was Hanson and Davis, "Hungry for Your Love." And
Yeah, that's
since
a
I
tune.
heard that the other day, I thought that's Mantronics, isn't it? And I thought, yeah, that's that's why I liked that sort of music back then. And he was probably one of the first sort of when he started producing for Soul Sims, Joyce Sims. He was probably one of the first that I started listening to sort of R&B stuff as well. I mean, it was definitely, you know, being into hip hop electro. It had that same sort of beat, that same sort of sound. I mean, obviously Mantronics. This was probably this late 80s, early 90s? Got to have.
This could be 88, 89, isn't it? This has something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So is it my
there you go.
chat? No, oh, no, you're going.
Well, I just while you just said that, I want to just have a little chat. But yeah. This was on, from my memory. Did you have on track? It was on like a upfront compilation or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I had it on. The upfront series.
Yeah. Let me just take that down a little bit because I got a bit fast. But yeah. And it's funny because I've been watching a lot of streams and stuff like that, as a lot of people have during lockdown and stuff. But I heard some DJs. It was Shortcut and Maceo from De La Soul and stuff like that, and they were talking about Mantronics, and they were talking about his production style. And obviously, bear in mind, this is back in the 80s, so there were like stints and all that sort of stuff around, but the computer technology from a production side of things wasn't what it is now. And they were saying that when he used to do his production, he was doing his production on reel-to-reel tapes, so he's cutting and splicing it to do the productions. Now, if you didn't cut it right, you had to start the whole process again because it was almost like a live recording and stuff like that. So if you think about what he was producing back then and how he was doing it, it's kind of pretty crazy.
Some of the stuff like the early Mantronic stuff, you think like, just think some of like the Mitch-Match ones or Music Madness and some of the beats he was doing back then.
Crazy stuff. So, I mean, certainly that first album, because they were talking about the production with the hi-hats and all that sort of stuff, it kind of what his signature sound was and what he replicated through some of the early R&B stuff like the Joyce Sims, this kind of stuff. To think that he was doing that on reel-to-reel tape is kind of pretty nuts.
I don't even know if I've got ladies or bass lines on my Mac. I set up this new Mac and I've not transferred everything across. I'm going to have a look. You play this tune, I'm going to have a look.
Yeah, I've got my old one, so let me know, and I've definitely got them on this one.
I'm going to have a look.
Yeah, no worries. Did you find it?
I failed. I found something that I could play instead, though.
Oh, okay. What, along the same sort of thing?
Same sort of thing.
Yeah. It would be interesting to hear the story from the man himself in regards to, you know, when the first album, with like the bass line and the ladies on, and then, you know, as he transferred through what they did, because obviously he started to get a little bit of money in as well, so that's obviously what led to changes in studio equipment and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to see how things progressed for him. But that was, I thought it was an interesting story. But I shall let you take over. The floor is yours.
Well, he done a gig, didn't he, a few years back? Someone put him on. He was down, I'm not sure if it's Great Yarmouth or somewhere like that. And I think it was a weekend that we were doing something. And I would have really liked to have gone along and just, you know, I know he's quite active actually on sort of social media and stuff. He was recently. He was posting up a load of links to his old music and stuff. I don't know if he's back in the studio doing any production or anything, but I would have really liked to have gone and seen him. But I think it just coincided with something else we were doing at the time.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think we were away. So yeah, that's unfortunate that is. But yeah, definitely got a lot of stories. What's this? Hang on then. So
do you know what it is? Yeah.
Yeah. So I can guess what it is. It's one of my favourites as well.
It's not Mantronics, but it's got that same sort of
that 80s
hip-hop.
Yeah,
that sort of hip hop electro.
Yeah.
It was another early sort of soulful tune that I got into.
Electro funk, as we used to call it.
I'm not going to start breakdancing now. Not live on screen. Ooh.
Actually, I've got to tell them now. Actually, that's how you lost your hair from all those dead spins, wasn't it?
Could have been. Let's let the music play.
Hang on a minute.
We started dancing and love put us into a groove. As soon as we started to move, the music played while our bodies displayed through the dance. The love picked us out for romance. I thought it was clear the plan was we would share this feeling just between ourselves. But when the music changed, the plan was rearranged. He went to dance with someone else. We started dancing and love put us into a groove. But now he's with somebody new. What does love want me to do?
Now, hopefully, my oldest brother's not watching this because he had a copy of this on 12, and the mix that you're playing now, Mark, that's a 12 mix, isn't it? It's not the single, it's like the 12. It's got that longer intro, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he had a really nice like hi-fi system. I remember this hi-fi system had amazing sound and all that sort of stuff. But it had one of the thick rubber mats on. And of course, back in the 80s, when you'd see like Chris and Glenn Taylor scratching and all that, I didn't realise that they had slip mats and stuff like that. So I don't know what I did to that 12, but I thought I'd have a little go at the old Wiggy Wiggy, didn't I? And I probably, not only did I probably ruin the record, the stylus, but probably damaged his turntable as well. So apologies, Mike, but yeah, that was me.
So what's your first slip mat? A bit of cardboard? Proper slip mat?
Do you know what? I'm thinking along the lines of an actual like duster, like, you know, as in the yellow dusters, but like cut.
I think
can't
mine
quite remember
was
what,
a bit of cardboard. I think mine was a bit of cardboard. My first attempt at a slip mat.
And then funny, like almost like toilet paper, like you know, putting that on as well, because that would like speed it up. And then later on the inserts, you know, used to get the really shiny, almost like tracing paper inserts. Yeah, probably did nothing for the vinyl at all. Probably absolutely.
And of course on belt-driven decks as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So yeah, either way, it wasn't that good. But yeah, that was a nice little choice, Mark. Have you got something else lined up as well?
Yeah, well, it wasn't what I was gonna play, but since we've sort of gone down this musical avenue, right?
You've opened up what they call an earworm, haven't you?
I have. So I've dug out another of my favourite tunes from a different era. So I'm even going to try and mix this in and see how it goes. So
I shall leave you to it.
Mix and see what
Okay,
happens.
mate. Mate, I was almost up rocking then. You have to be careful. You faded it down just at the time I was going to go in.
an evening broadcast, I had a couple of drinks. I might start top rocking in the background.
Listen, we could be here in about sort of 6 hours' time still doing this. You need to be a bit careful.
Yeah. You know, you shouldn't sing when you still got the mic up. Someone's got to hear this.
Listen out, listen out.
That was me, of course.
Yo, you hear perfectly explained. If it makes you satisfied, just get up on it and ride. But if you're looking for the perfect beat, people, well, here's a perfect beat for ya. So Sonic's made with a chorus you can sing round off. Looking for the perfect beat, searching for the perfect beat, for the perfect beat, singing for the perfect beat. I'm out to get it. I must get mine. I'm out to get it.
Yeah, this is like a big Poppers anthem as well. So I don't know why, but you're playing this, and just in my head, I've got Harry Jackson and his big smile. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to see him pop into this, that tune as well, Mark, in particular, kind of reminds me of. I don't know if we might have Gary T on one of the little various streams that we're on, platforms that we're on. You need to do that thing that you told me about earlier on as well. He'll remember this probably from like a roundabout days. So they used to do an under 16 session. It was Perry J who was a DJ. And yeah, so they'd be playing all sorts of stuff. They played a little bit of chart music, play some soul, and then they play the electro funk and that sort of stuff, and a little bit of the early sort of stuff like this. And then you just have these mad breakdance challenges. So they did the whole thing where, you know, the dance floor was there, everybody was dancing, and then you get the person, spin them around to make the circle, everyone, you know, push out, and they start break dancing, and that circle would close in again, grab someone, spin them around, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, good times. I remember that. Yeah,
it takes you back to obviously Beach Street as well. I mean, it was one of the tracks featured in Beach Street, and that, you know, I think I lived in Germany for a little while. My dad was in the forces, and I think over there, like, there'd be like a group of lads, group of girls, and like, it's back in the videos days, and it's like, you know, what should we hire to sort of watch? I mean, all the houses over there had cellars, so we had these massive cellars, so you could all get together. And what video did we always get out? It was always Beach Street.
Beach Street, yeah.
It was
Do you know
always
what?
Beach
I'll
Street.
tell you, it's funny because it was one of the things I had on. I actually had a bootleg version, or a what they call pirate version. Pirate it was called for now. So a pirate version of Beach Street, and that Roxy challenge that they have. Do you know what? I watched it so many times, and then through watching it so many times, I then worked out that it was quite fiercely edited. It's not a live recording like all the way through. And there's a guy in there that wears a USA flag T-shirt, and he's in the background. And you see him in one shot, and then he's like on his knee, and the next one he stood up. So I started realizing that this was all edited, and I stopped watching the breakdances and started watching all of these where these people were disappearing to, and realized that all these different pieces were pieced together to make this battle thing. But hey, that's the beauty of film, and I'm sorry if I've just spoiled it for you.
Well, we actually
Right
watched,
then, I'm going to get into one.
Breakdance the other week as well. So I hadn't seen that for absolute years, and it does actually look a little bit dated now.
Good one. Yeah, well, I've got a good friend who we might even raid over to on Twitch a little bit later on, Sam Tweaks. And I was in his chat room when he was doing a stream the other day, and he was talking about, someone said, oh, I've got to go because I've got to go and do a little bit of sweeping up or something like that. And I said, oh, only if you could be Turbo. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I've not got that one lined up. But on that sort of tip and thinking about the roundabout days, I've dug out this one. So that was Lisa, Coach Jam Full Force. Might get all their PRS royalties, you know, got to get them all in, haven't I? So yeah, fond memories for that one. That is like another one that we would probably call like an electro funk tune. I don't know what you got lined up next, Mark. I've got one more, haven't I, to play?
Yep.
I don't know if you're going to stay in that vein. I'm going to stay in the 80s, but I'm going to switch it up just a little bit. So this one that I'm going to play next, some might know it, some might not know it, but you'll certainly know the voice. And for me, I think he's one of the greatest vocalists in soul music. So I'll play this one now. You might not get it straight away, but when he starts singing, you certainly will. Do you want to shout out a few people in the chat, Mark?
We've got Squiffs there. Hi Squiff, how you doing this afternoon? I have actually got the Liam tune on here, but we sort of moved on from that.
We might squeeze it in a little bit, Mark.
Yeah. You know, I'm looking
Better
here.
say hello to Connie, hadn't I? She's downstairs, and better say hello to your better half as well.
Yeah, Julie. She was enjoying the Shannon tune a little bit earlier. I tell you what.
Realise that I was playing.
We're talking here, and I'm fading the level up. I'm fading my level down on my mixer.
Right, he started singing now, so I better shut up.
She's so fine. She's a super lady. She is too much. Wish I could make her mine. What a super lady. All right. She's so fine. Not long ago I was a sad and lonely boy. Did not know how to get better. Then heaven up above sent me a super love, and now I'm happy forever. No one wants to believe I've got a perfect love. They say I'm just talking crazy, but I can prove it's true if you'll allow me to tell you about my super lady. She's all that I could ask for. She's more than a dream. She's my everything. She's a super lady. She gives too much. Wish I could make her mine. Well, what a super lady. All right. She's so fine.
So the vocalist I'm talking about, of course, is Mr. Luther Vandross. Sadly, no longer with us, but his music just, it resides in me, and probably a lot of soul music lovers as well. But his voice is just amazing. The pitch, just everything, the tone on it, just absolutely fantastic.
How many people do you think were Shazamming?
It's a funny one.
I didn't. My phone's down there, so I'm not guilty.
Yeah, it's a funny one because it's not a track that a lot of people know, but it's an up-tempo one, and it's just a track that I like. And there's not a lot of tracks I don't like a Luther, if I'm absolutely honest with you. But yeah, just his vocal ability and stuff like that, just such a warmth to his voice and stuff like that. And he always used to make it look so effortless. I mean, he was just an ultra cool guy anyway, wasn't he? But I'll just hear a Luther track, and that's just love that. Absolutely love that. We will send that one out because just in case you are out of that and you want to download that legally from any digital providers, She's a Super Lady is what that's called, and we should send that out to some super back in the day ladies, Julie, Connie, and of course Squiff as well, because they're like our first ladies of back in the day, aren't they? Yeah. So shout out to the 3 Degrees, we could call them. No, better not. Better not.
Be careful. Be very careful. Be very careful. I think we should probably mention the idea of what we're doing here today is obviously we can both be on screen at the same time. We can have a chat in between tracks, and also we're going to do a back in the day proper request show a week today, isn't it? Next Saturday
it's a week
evening.
today, yeah. Just you know what? I know we're not like some of us are not locked down. Some of us are like working, and but the days just seem to be rolling into one, don't they? So you don't know whether Saturday, Sunday, whatever. But oh yes, a week today.
So the whole idea of that is we set it up as a Facebook event, even though we're going to be streaming on multiple platforms. So just get on our Facebook event, or even just on our normal Facebook, and we're trying to sort of get that interaction from people, a bit like we've got this afternoon. I mean, this was a bit impromptu, but you know, what we want to do is we want people to sort of post the tracks they want to hear and who they're dedicating them out to, people they might not have seen or not have sort of be. Obviously, you can't see people at the moment, so just another way to get in touch. And the whole point of the afternoon, evening, sorry, is just we're gonna just play with tracks which we requested and do basically a 2-hour request show.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice, and people can check it up on the Facebook Mart and stuff like that. It's on the event; they can check it up on the event wall.
Yeah, if I'd been prepared, I could have put the link in the chat, couldn't I? Really?
Well, what you do when you can play a couple, and then I'll jump on and I'll do a couple more, and maybe you can have a little look at it then,
I'll
maybe.
See if I can find it.
Yeah.
But this one, talking of requests, that's what made me think about it. On request from Connie this afternoon, of course, a bit of new shoes.
Connor's always buying new shoes, funnily enough.
Maybe she just put this in the wrong chat.
Could be.
To let everybody know what I got in store. It's BITD in the place with the rhymes galore to make the vibe kind of scream and the whole crowd ready to the bass in the place.
Yeah, it might have switched there. Was that seamless?
It's quite good, actually. I was quite impressed with that.
Well, I saw the new shoes, and we've been on that sort of hip-hop electro sort of thing as well. Saw the new shoes come at request. I thought, dig out the Spider D.
I like that.
Does that count as 2 tunes for me, though, or 1?
No, well, have you got another one lined up?
Give me a minute, I can get one.
Okay, all right, I'll let you do that then. And while you're doing that, I'll have a little chat. So you go have a look at your computer, and I'll have a little chat. So this tune kind of reminds me, when I was about, I'm thinking, I was in senior school, so I'd have been 11 or 12. And I had one of those swimming parties with a friend from school, because we were both Geminis. Our birthday was in the same week. And we had do you remember the adventure, for people who are local to Gloucester, sorry, do you remember the adventure swimming pool in the leisure centre, the old leisure centre? So it would have been what you would call pool number 3, I guess. You had the main Spartan pool, you had the learner pool, and then you had that adventure pool, which was behind the glass and stuff like that. So we had that, and some lunatic actually jumped off the balcony into the water. I don't know who it was. I don't know which lunatic. I can't say too much, don't want to incriminate myself. But yeah, but where I was getting to is my classmates bought me new shoes for my birthday, which is really, really cool. So I must have been into record collecting then, and they bought it me on 12. So and it was, I think it was this version, because I think this was a 212 thing. I don't know if this was on the flip or this was like the Spider D was one version and then the New Shoes was the other. But I probably have still got it somewhere as well. Yeah. So fond memories of this tune.
I think I heard this before I even heard the New Shoes, because I say I used to be more into my hip hop, electro, and was still into that. And I think I probably heard this before I even knew about the New Shoes. It's probably only in later years that when I started playing like 80s soul and stuff as well that that I knew this version.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There was also the Madonna as well. Remember the Holiday rap, the version of Madonna Holiday? There was a rap version of that as well.
Okay, all right, okay. No, I probably will remember it. I'm getting to that age now where I'm forgetting more than what I'm actually remembering. Right, what you got lined up then, Mark? I noticed you said you.
Yeah. Well, I had this queued up to play the other week and never got round it, and I played it a few times. It's one of those tunes that I don't necessarily. I knew it sort of back in the day, I say, because I came from being into hip hop, electro, and that sort of thing. So I'd say a lot of the early 80s soul I sort of missed out on. I say first time round, and it's one that I've always known and heard more. And it's a tune now. I know Julie loves this tune, so I send it out to her as well. And it's just a good tune if it's going to play. Here it goes.
Oh, tune.
And I did actually buy this on vinyl recently. Oh, it's raining again where John is.
It's pouring down, mate. It's absolutely pouring down out there. I'm going through rain and thunder at the moment, actually. I have a Velux window in my attic, and looking out of the sky at the moment.
Facebook feed has gone down, so I'm just relaunching that.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Facebook.
That is gonna, yeah, it's going to happen, isn't it? It's going to happen, Facebook.
Yeah.
Should be back online now.
I sent this one out to Gary T as well. He's liking this.
This is a 12-inch version. There's still another 4 minutes of this.
Do you know what? It's funny. I should really be talking over it, just Julie's record, but I've got it on 45. I picked up on 45 going back a while ago, and I've not got a lot of vinyl at my house, but I've got my 45s here. But you think I can find it? No, I can't find it. So I was just gonna give it the old webcam shot and just show people. But yeah, that was Gary will back me up on this. That was probably a big sort of house party tune, you know, when people used to have the house parties back in the 80s and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a kind of definitely, hey, there you go, Mark. Nice one. Yeah, that was kind of, probably heard that first on a mixtape. Maybe someone like Donovan playing it. We shouted to Donovan this afternoon. Yeah, definitely. Fond memories of that tune as well. Good tune. I like that. I like that. So that's a recent purchase for you then, Mark. So you had it digitally and then you picked it up on vinyl.
Yeah, it's one of those. I say, I had it digitally, and which is just well because the vinyl's not a perfect copy. I think I've not really bought much on Discogs before. I mean, a lot of you are probably into Discogs and know all about it, especially some of the DJs we've got on the Twitch feed here. And I think their sort of description of very good and my description of very good, they do a very good plus, apparently, is what I need to be looking for.
Right, I'll let you into a secret. When you say not very good, is it, would you say it's quality?
There's a few
pops
sort
and
of
cracks,
on the quiet
right?
bits. Yeah, you can hear some of the crackles and stuff. I mean, I've got a digital version, which obviously I'm playing here tonight.
That's kind of nice thing about vinyl, though, isn't it? That nostalgic thing is the pops and cracks. But let me tell you something. I haven't got it yet. I have got it, but I haven't got it. But my lovely lady Connie has bought me my Christmas present, and she's bought me one of those record cleaners. So what I'll do, I'll get that off you at Christmas, and you can be my guinea pig, all right? And we'll see if we can get that sounded a bit more.
This means if it doesn't work...
No, not at all.
You've ruined one of my records and not one of yours.
I'll tell you what it was.
It was a genuine offer of friendship.
It was. I was trying to be very sincere. I was trying to help you out because you're always helping me out with technical things. I thought, right, I'll try and help a brother out. But yeah, that's okay. Don't you worry, Bart. Don't you worry. Carry on with your snap, crackle, and pop. Right. So I'm going to play. I'm going to go curveball again now. I'm going to do a few different ones. And we were kind of on about house parties with that track there. And people, excuse me for the buzzing because it's my mic. So at house parties back in the day, you'd have obviously the 80s, Kachik, yeah. You'd have like the 80s soul, like what Martin's just played, and you'd also get like, you get a few reggae tunes and all that. You get a little bit of everything in there. So I'll throw in a little bit of a curveball. It's kind of like a reggae R&B tune.
Mr. Loverman.
It is. There's a big Shabba. 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 Shabba.
Shabba. Mr. Loverman. Shabba. Mr. Loverman. Shabba. Mr. Loverman.
I know a girl with a loving and looking for your buck up on the right man. Oh, loving and hunting for your buck up on the right man. With a loving and looking for your buck up on the right man. Oh, loving and hunting for your buck up on the right man. A woman take a trip, she coming from England to satisfy her soul and also she wants a man. Oops, it's about run, she buck up fast. I'm going to make you explode just like a bomb. Every hour, every minute, and every second, they call me Miss Lover, man, they call me Miss Lover.
I'm not gonna take it easy. You won't get away tonight. The vibe that's flowing through me makes me feel alright. You can't say you're full of affection. Now it's a chance to show me emotion. I've waited so long. You better come on strong, Mr. Loverman. Through the window, Mr. Loverman. Mr. Loverman. Shabba. I can't wait.
Waiting for what? You got the inner you might become. Tell me with it. I'm going to lay down and make you tell me with it. Because really that is my favorite habit. And when me lay down, you know me not run from it. Them call me Miss Lover, man, they call me Miss Lover. Miss Lover, man, they call me Miss Lover. They call me Miss Lover, man, they call me Miss Lover. A woman take a trip, she coming from England to satisfy her soul and also she wants a man. Boom! It's a man in you buck up fun. I'm going to make you explode just like a bomb. Every hour, every minute, and every second, they call me Miss Lover, man, they call me Miss Lover.
Champion lover, know he's up tonight. No.
Now again, for people that are local to Gloucester, this would have been a big sort of Cinderella's or the Avenue anthem. So yeah, I'll send this out to Mickey and to Mike this afternoon as well. Shout out to Big Rich. And a Cialis as well. Say hi to Yvette this afternoon. Kind of the Avenue. Yeah, got a lot of fond memories of the Avenue. Walking round and round and round and round.
It's where I met your good lady. Because actually, I knew Connie before I actually knew you.
Yeah, yeah.
There's days when you used to have to hang around until the end of the night, and you'd get about 15 minutes of soulful tunes.
Yeah.
Always the last sort of 45 minutes before the
little wind down, wasn't it?
Before the flow. We'll call it the slow jams.
Slow
We'll
jams.
call it the other phrase for that. Yeah, the E section.
And of course, if Big Rich was playing, I had to finish with Ronnie Jordan. We should dig that out as well, actually.
Yeah, I was just thinking that when you were talking about the Avenue.
Big tune.
Yeah,
Big tune.
End of night tune for Big Rich.
Yeah. So I guess a good thing about that tune as well, just thinking about it, Shabba Ranks, obviously massive international reggae recording artist. But what also was nice is that it featured Maxi Priest, didn't it? So a UK sort of collaboration there. But that's kind of got me thinking, and say I've done a little bit of a curveball and gone down a little bit of a reggae route, and I just thought that I would reminisce and play a reggae tune from my childhood. And this seems to crop up on Top of the Pops too all the time. I guess it's one of those top 10 reggae crossovers, so let's get into this. Give it some authentic reggae vibe there, didn't I?
We play hide and seek. I'm wondering what I should do. Should I dare come up to you and say, how do you do? Wouldn't you turn me away? You're as much to blame, 'cause I know you feel the same. I can see it in your eyes, but I've got no time to live this life. No, I've got no time to play your silly game.
Janet Kay and Silly Games. Was very fortunate enough to see Janet Kay probably about a year or two ago. These Butlins Soul Weekenders. She was down there doing a set, and yeah, absolutely wicked. People were going mad. And of course, that track was the one that she had to finish on because everybody knows it. But yeah, sorry, well, I just took it in a slightly different direction there, but I think that's what this
We
afternoon's
like the
about,
added
isn't it?
smoke of. We like the smoke effects you had while the reggae was on.
Honestly, I really don't know what is going on with my internet
I think
today.
that must
but I
just
think
be
it's
the
probably
internet
weather.
feed.
Yeah, or the weather, I don't know.
Is Liam there? Is he on the internet?
He's not, actually, to be
He's
honest
not,
with you.
okay.
No. So I should just blame that one on Connie. And maybe I won't blame it on Connie. I'll blame it on Karen. Karen's our cat, for people who don't know.
Cat.
Karen's always on the internet because, of course, she's got thumbs. So she's always on the internet. Yeah, right? Okay, yeah. Don't know about me whittling on. Right, what you got lined up then, Mark?
Well, actually, this is another sort of 80s UK soul group that I got into, one of the first sort of soul groups I got into. And I actually heard you play this on the radio a few weeks back, and I thought, you know what? Yeah, I think I did already have it on my Mac, but I thought I've got to dig that out and play it in a stream. So I'm going to play it. It's a 12-inch version, of course. I can see him concentrating now. He's trying to work out what it is.
Trying to think. I'll name that tune in one. Tom O'Connor again. Good choice.
Just another night in some lonely bar, making friends with the kind that don't go far. When suddenly life became more than it seemed. Yeah. Word by word as she entered, all hearts young like a magnet's attraction. All heads turn. I'm sure she's the girl I had seen in my dreams. There I was, counting my losses, thinking love had passed me by. Now my heart is leading me on, but my head is saying no. Takes a little time to get it right. Takes a little time, takes a little time. Don't you believe in love at first sight? Takes a little time, takes a little time, takes a little time to get it right. Takes a little time, takes a little time. Don't you believe in love at first sight? Takes a little time, takes a little time. Through the crowd on the dance floor, I caught her glance. One more drink and I'll ask her for that dance. Her eyes told me all that I needed to know. Pulse rate tells me that this one is for sure, but I know this has happened to me before. Seems like this time I should take on the chance.
Right, I don't know if they're listening, but I've got to send a big shout out to the DIY SOS team, with Simon Benbridge and Jer Dicker this afternoon, because they're doing a sterling job. Big shout out to you guys, well done.
Help if I turn my mic on, really, wouldn't it?
Well, it does help.
Hey, the one thing we're
Do you
doing
want me
is
to turn it on for you? Hang on, do you want me to turn it on?
Yeah,
Actually,
can
let's
you
see
do
which
that?
way you
Can
are. Which way? If I go,
Yeah.
you're that way on my screen, but you might not be on the other screen. Don't know.
Did I catch you out?
I tell you what, it's absolutely terrible because sometimes we get this feedback thing going on, and I really can't understand what's going on.
John is his echo machine.
That and my smoke machine, my fog machine. I like both
Yeah,
of
I
them.
mean, I do like that. Adding a bit of effects with the smoke machine tonight.
Do you know, it's good, isn't it?
That was
yeah.
quite impressive. I wasn't expecting
you.
that one.
Thank you very
So,
much.
no
you.
disco lights tonight, though.
No disco lights tonight. I think I've got my own disco lights going on outside, and I'm getting a little bit worried because this weather's getting a little bit crazy. But yes, this is the perfect thing for when weather's like this. So when I'm playing music and listening to music and
think so.
listening to two old blokes like the Muppets. Actually, we're probably like
know,
them up in the
I'm surprised that hasn't been put in
balcony.
comics. comments this year.
Yes, thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very
So of
much.
course that was Total Contrast, and
Takes a little time. Yeah, that's that was actually Gary T's got that tune, but he hasn't because I got it. So, but yeah,
is that one you're cleaning for him?
that's my new that's my new thing. That's my new way
Yeah.
in. Do you want me to clean some of your vinyl for you?
Do you want me to
Or
clean
is-
it? Okay.
yeah, I
I'll
could do
sort
that.
out for you. Yeah.
I like that, Mara. Thank you very much for that. Thank you.
There was that, and I remembered also there was a track called I think Jodie that was on the album after that as well, and like UK sort of soul, and it was that it was loose ends, of course. There was that era, and Total Contrast, but I don't think they ever got the true recognition really that they deserve. But they've done some great tracks.
Yeah, again, good vocals, production style, really, really good as well. Yeah, good to see some. Good to hear that again, definitely.
Well, I was going to mix this, so I sort of cued it to mix, so it might come in a bit sharp. Yep. Also send this one out to Julie as well. She really
big
loves this track.
weekender anthem.
Our good friend Ronnie Horrell as well. It's a big favourite of his.
So I want to shout out a few people. I used to dance to this record kind of like this. And what was in my hand was a pint of Snake Bite and Black when I was on a Soul Weekender. With people like Alistair, who shout out to you, with Kane, shout out to Darren, James. Whoa, who else would have been there frequenting our Soul Weekenders? Shout out to Simon as well, Gary T. Yeah, all the boys that have propped me up over the years when I've been to Soul Weekenders. And I can tell you something, that takes a lot of people to have to prop me up. I can tell you.
JJ as well? JJ?
JJ would have been definitely... No, actually, he would have been propping me up. He would have been feeding me more alcohol.
He would have been encouraging you, wouldn't he?
He would have been encouraging me. He would have said, you need to have a Jägermeister with that Snake Bite and Black just to add to it, But yeah, I love that tune. Again, it's funny, actually. Today, Mark, is kind of got me thinking about what we could do with these streams as well. You could almost theme them and do it, or we could do it like we've been doing it, which has been quite organic and nice today because we've gone off on different tangents, which has been quite nice. But you could do like 80s Soul Weekenders or whatever. We could even put it to like a Facebook vote or something like that, and do another one of these.
Yeah, the format just gives us a bit more scope, doesn't it? It's like it's not our usual sort of more mixed based sort of stream where we basically usually, because of technology, basically one of us will do an hour and then we might have to stop the stream, restart the stream, it might pause slightly, and then someone else does the next hour. I think it's just an evolution of technology. And I mean, this afternoon, it's all about a test, really. It was just a thought. We had a quick play in the week with this, and I thought we'll do a proper test this afternoon, see if any little glitches, and this may be the way forward with our streams now. It gives us that opportunity to sort of be on screen, bring in guest DJs as well. Even that's sort of what we want to do really with this, is the sort of the ability to bring in some of our sort of back in the day DJs and just bring them in and incorporate, have a chat on screen with them, have a bit of a catch up.
Absolutely,
bit like a DJ Zoom sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. Talking of all things DJing as well, as I said, on Twitch we're going to. If you're not familiar with Twitch, but there's a thing called raiding, where one DJ sort of passed the baton on to another one. You go and raid their channel with people you've got on. And for the guys that are on Twitch, or if you want to jump on Twitch TV and go on to R&B back in the day, we'll raid in probably about 10-15 minutes time. A gentleman by the name of Sam Tweaks. Now, I was going to be DJing with Sam next weekend, it would have been actually, at Jack's. Now, Sam's a 45s DJ, vinyl DJ, so you'll like his stream. And he's doing a thing tonight which is called so make sure you check him out as well for a little bit of the old Reggae tomorrow. Right, enough chatting from me. I'll drag it back to the 90s, Mark, and do one or two 90s R&B ones. And this album, again, just phenomenal album, great production. And yeah, I think it's one that a lot of people will know and love.
Everybody move your body, now do it. Here is something that's gonna make you move and groove. Hey DJ, keep playing that song all night, on and on and on, on and on. Everybody move your body, now do it. Here is something that's gonna make you move and groove. Hey DJ, keep playing that song all night, on and on and on, and on. It's Friday night and the weekend's here. I need to unwind. Where's the party, Mr. DJ? DJ, I am ready to call my friends so we can all get down. Where's the party? Hey, 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 Mr. DJ. Hey, Mr. DJ, you can get this started. Everybody's ready to party all night, all night. All the girls are ready, so we can all get to it. Can party till the break of dawn. Everybody move your body, now do it. Here is something that's gonna make you move and groove. Hey DJ, keep playing that song all night, on and on and on. Everybody move your body, now do it. Here is something that's gonna make you move and groove. Hey DJ, keep playing that song all night, on and on and on. It's Friday night and the weekend's here. I need to unwind. Where's the party, Mr. DJ? I am ready to call my friends so we can all get down. Where's the party? Hey, 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 Mr. DJ. Hey, Mr. DJ, you can get this started. Everybody's ready to party all night, all night. All the girls are ready, so we can all get to it. Can party till the break of dawn.
So John A, of course, and Hey Mr. DJ. Do you know what? I remember I just had to get this album. I think, do you know what? I'm not actually 100% sure if myself or Connie won this album off Mr. Watkins when he was on Seven Sound. You were getting right nostalgic then, weren't you?
I was.
You used to sit in with JJ, didn't you, on 7 Sound? Saturday Soul and Dance, didn't you? From time to time. You were his executive producer, weren't you?
Well, not quite that. I think what it was
He used to nick all your records. Oh no, sorry, Jay.
No. I think what it was like I started going in on the show and just sort of bringing the odd sort of tune in, because obviously I used to go record shopping in London. I'll probably go down London probably about once a month, and I mean, he always tells the story, and I heard him telling it the other week on GFM, and I forgot actually that I was ferrying him around last time he had his leg operation, and I came back from London once. I was on the way back, and it must have been in the early days of mobile phones. I must have had a mobile phone or something, because I must have texted him or phoned him.
Was it about this big? Was it massive?
It could have been. And I said to him, you got to save a space for a record that I'm bringing back from London. I mean, you've caught me out here. I could have queued it up, but
yeah. I know exactly which one you're on about.
You know
well,
which one it's on about.
Yeah.
And it was. I've been to London. I think been to either Uptown Records or Major Flavors or whatever it was, and I just picked up Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. And I thought, that is just going to be such a huge track. And literally drove back from London straight to 7 Sound, put it in his hand, and it went on.
Yeah, there you go. He must have had extreme confidence in you giving him a radio-friendly version, I would have thought.
a bit
but
like
no, they were good times. And
a bit like the A-Team show the other week when I wasn't quite sure if I had the radio edits.
So sometimes as well, he would do that show, and I think I'm just trying to remember now whether it was 5 till 7 or if it was 6 till 8, and then obviously he'd go off to the club and stuff like that, and then play. But I was helping out doing mobile discos. I was a lumper and bumper. I was a roadie back then. So I'd always get in the van and say to the guy, stick 7 Sound on, my mate's DJing on there and stuff like that. But I actually think that Shawnee album, because he used to do giveaways, competitions and stuff like that, and I think our copy of that album, and I say our because everything's shared in this house. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, share everything with music. Yeah. And I actually think that album was... was one through that. Now, talking of things that you win on radio stations, this next track I got lined up, and that's just by coincidence, and I think I got the album as well. But I won. Do you remember when Mark Tonderoy used to be on Radio 1? No. Do you remember that? You don't remember that? No. Well, he used to do a soul show, and it was from memory on a Sunday afternoon. So I used to listen to this show, and he's like playing all sort of 90s R&B and stuff.
There was a guy, Steve, wasn't there? Steve used to do a show on a Sunday afternoon on Radio 1.
Not too sure. But
Steve Edwards?
Go on.
Steve Edwards?
Maybe. I'm not too sure.
Maybe it's before him. I remember Steve Edwards used to be on a Sunday afternoon, because back then that was the day, Sunday afternoon I used to put that on and do me ironing. It was single back then. Didn't have to do it. Good man.
It was like a recovery though. It was nice though, wasn't it? Because it was like, Sunday afternoon, especially if you'd been like either DJing or clubbing, it's chill. So stick the radio on, and back in those days, it was nice to have a radio show that played music that we liked. So anyway, I was listening to this show, and he asked a question, and not only did I win the album of the guy that I'm about to play for you, but we also won tickets to go and see him. Now, it was at a gig, it was in Wolverhampton, I think it was Wolverhampton Civic Hall. Myself and Connie went up. We got caught on the Spaghetti Junction, and I went round and round and round it, and Martin knows my navigation skills are absolutely rubbish. We eventually got there, but there was another gig going on down the road, and it was just, he didn't want to come out and perform because there wasn't a lot of people at the gig. And in the end, we actually left before we got on. But we had the album, and this is still a good track.
Like I
never find another lover quite like me. Really will trip 'cause I don't sweat ya. How's that a pleasure? Where I'm coming from, I know. You know I can. So go be the lady that you are. And do your best. My intuition says it won't be no before I call your heart my home. Then I'll love before we fall. Love, but I know what we believe we feel is our love. Not the product of another day's it's another one. Passion, what passion really does. Check one, check two, check three. Check as many as you need to come check me. Check one, check two, check three. Check as many as you need to come check me. Check one, check two, check three. You'll never find another lover quite like me.
So a little bit of Eric Gable, Process of Elimination. Send that out to Chris and to Phil, our two-steppers from Swindon. They always get the dance floor going, don't they, Mark? Do you know what I mean? Whenever we're back in the days of proper clubbing.
Yep. I mean, guaranteed they'd be like, as soon as they get there, you know, it's sometimes like in a club,
First
people
step.
standing around the edge of the dance floor. No one's really getting involved. Finish. They basically turn up, give us their jackets, of course. Give us their jackets, and then they'll be on the dance floor all night. And probably the only time we see them was at the end of the night when they came back to get their jackets.
Yeah, no. But I know that one always brings a smile to their face, and they, as I said, they're always gracing the dance floor. So thank you very much, fellas. Hope you're both well in these unusual times, shall we say. But yes, thank you very much for your two-step presence whenever we're out and about playing, and you're there supporting us. Thank you, guys. I think they were at the first back in the day, Mark, as well, weren't they? They were certainly at one of the first, but back when we were in Sloans.
I mean, the Swindon crew sort of came along fairly sort of recent into our days at Sloans. I mean, it started off as a Gloucester thing and sort of quickly snowballed. I think, Facebook and everything, you know, it really enabled us to sort of push it out there and get it out to people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought you
right. So
there.
I think you. No, me. I am still here. I don't know if you. I don't know if I started to smoke machine again. But no.
Smoke machine's not on.
It's because it stopped raining, I think. I've never had problems with my internet. I don't know what that is, actually. It's probably me.
I mean, what we're doing today is, it was slightly different. I mean, as people probably can see, John is streaming from his house. I'm streaming from my house. We're putting it all together and then putting it out there. So it does require a fair bit of internet bandwidth. So, it's a test really just to see how things work. But I think on the whole, it's worked. We'll re-listen. We'll check it out on YouTube. We'll check it out on playback to see what it sounded like, see what the video feed was like, and it could be the way forward.
Yeah, it's all good. No, I've really enjoyed it. So you've got one last tune lined up, have you? I think. Yeah,
it was. I was digging through. I think I dug this out ages ago. I was gonna start ripping a load of my sort of UK street style stuff and sort of put it on the map because it's like an area that quite often gets sort of forgotten about. And I picked up this sort of 12. It's like a multi-track 12 thing. I don't know. It's 4 tracks either side. I think it's just in a red label. I probably got it down there actually.
Here's one I made earlier, folks.
Here it is. So I dug this out, and it's like pretty much no information, just a price tag, and it's like a UK street soul. And I was like flicking through the tracks, and there was some good tracks on there, and the one I was going about to play, and because I couldn't find any information on it, I went on Discogs and sorted the catalogue number in. It's going for £80, this record. So it's not one it's not one I'm going to lend you to clean. It's not. It doesn't need cleaning. It's a nice clean copy.
I could clean it for you. Don't worry. Would you think that was an under the counter special?
No, it's. Do you
remember those in the record store?
When I actually opened the sleeve up, I didn't find it at the time, but I did actually find, because I don't know if you can see that on camera there. There is actually.
Well, you're talking to Mr. Magoo of the DJing world now, but go on.
Yeah, and it does actually give all the track information on there, but I didn't find that initially. So, and it's a cover version. You'll know it, and it's going to be the last one tonight. Artist is by Dawn Dawkins, and you're going to know the track. Just before we go, thanks for everyone tuning in on a rainy Saturday afternoon. Just to say, we're going to do our proper normal back in the day live stream a week today, 8 till 10. It's a request show, so look out on the social medias, join the Facebook event. Basically, we just want you to post your tracks and dedications you want to shout out to people who you maybe can't
Yeah,
see at the
definitely.
moment, and it's going to be all about that. Do you know what it is yet?
You know what it is?
Last one for this stream before we try and do a raid over to Sam Tweaks.
You got all the
Street
info?
Soul.
You good on that?
Yep, they've got the info. Dawn Dawkins and Happy. We should really end like the Muppets, shouldn't it? You know, that's the Ronnies. It's goodbye from me. And it's goodbye from him.
I feel so alive whenever I'm with you. I'll never let you go. No, you know you're all right for me. Yeah, I have to let you know. Forever you and me. Only you can make me happy. Only you can make me feel the way you make me feel. Only you can make me happy. Only you can make me feel the way you make me feel. You must be heaven sent into my life. I compliment you, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby. We have a love that's strong and true.
I've got something for you, Mark.
In every way.
Sorry?
I've got something for you.
Happy?
You ready?
Okay, okay.
Boo! That was the worst thing I ever heard.
It was terrible.
Horrendous.
Well, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, yeah?
Well, there were parts of it I liked.
Yeah, I liked a lot of it.
Yeah, it was good.
It was great.
It's wonderful.
Oh, bravo!
More!
More!
We'll have more in a couple of weeks' time, won't we?
Yeah, I think we've raided. I'm going to have a look in the background because there's a lot going
Okay.
on my internet connection. So I'm going to try and
All
push
right,
it there.
cool.
So once again, many thanks for tuning in this afternoon. We hope we've brightened up your rainy
Yeah,
Saturday
rainy
afternoon.
Saturday.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do it all again next Saturday, 8 till 10. It'll be on the social medias. You can see on the screen, all our feeds are there on the screen. So it's, yeah, goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him.